Hey guys, what's up? This is Ugly Kid back with another video, and before this video gets started, please leave a comment down below. That would be awesome because I make reading comments videos, so if you guys leave a comment on this video or any other video, it'll go into a reading comments video 100% guaranteed. Alright, so today we are going to be predicting the Raiders schedule, and because Marcus is somewhat of a Raiders fan, he is going to be predicting it with me. So I guess we'll just go through the games, and I'll say what I think will happen, and then he'll say what he thinks will happen. So I have it on the phone here, and then I'll show it somewhere on the screen. Alright, so the Raiders' first game, I think they're going to lose because the Rams, I think, might be the best team next year. I don't know, that might be my opinion, just because they were already so amazing last year, and then they got so many defensive upgrades over this offseason. So I think they're going to lose their first game, even though they will be at home. I think they're going to lose to the Rams week 1. What do you think?
Yeah, I also think they're going to lose.
Yeah. And then next one is the Raiders at Broncos. I'm going to say that the Raiders also lose this one because with all these division games, I said it before, it usually depends who's the home team with who wins, and the Broncos are the home team for that game, so I'm going to say that they win. Plus, I don't know, I feel like the Broncos will be better than the Raiders this year.
Yeah. I think the Raiders are gonna lose, just because Derek Carr. I feel like he's not gonna be the same as he was 2 seasons ago because of that injury, and I feel like with Case Keenum, Broncos will have a better upgrade on offense, and their defense will still be good, and they'll still be able to take down the Raiders.
Yeah. Third week is the Raiders at Dolphins. I'm gonna say that this is the Raiders' first win. The Dolphins. Really, they've been losing players. I think they're going to be even worse than last season. They lost Jarvis Landry. They lost Ndamukong Suh. I think the Dolphins are going to be even worse. I think the Raiders should be able to beat them.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are going to beat the Dolphins. Now that the Dolphins have Brock Osweiler, I feel like Jay Cutler would be a better, but he retired. So I feel like Dolphins are going to lose to the Raiders, and that will be the Raiders' first win.
Yeah. And then next is going to be the Browns at Raiders. I'm going to say that the Raiders win this. I would say that the Browns might win if they were at home, but they're not, and I've already said it so many times, but I thought the Browns were going to be a legitimate threat this next season because they made so many moves in the offseason. Then I saw their draft, and they didn't seem like they knew what they were doing once again. So all the doubts came back for me. So I think the Raiders are going to beat the Browns at home. That's going to be week 4. Yeah, week 4.
I got the Browns. The Browns are going 16-0.
16-0. Okay, we'll see. I mean. Just with that quarterback situation, I really don't think it's going to be like that, but we'll see. That's our first disagreement so far. And then next is going to be the Raiders at Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to win this one. Again, division games, home field advantage really matters, and I think the Chargers might be one of the best teams in the AFC West this year. What do you think?
Yeah, I got the Chargers also against the Raiders. Just because.
Okay, just because. Next is Seahawks at Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to win this one. I think the Seahawks are kind of falling apart. Again, all this stuff I've already said so many times, but I think the Seahawks are falling apart. So I think they're actually going to lose to the Raiders. Also, Raiders having home field advantage. So yeah, I'm going to say that the Raiders beat the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think Raiders are going to beat the Seahawks.
Next week is Colts at Raiders. I'm going to say that the Raiders probably also win this one. The Colts, I think, might be a little bit better than they were last year, but I don't think they're going to be much better. So I'm gonna say that the Raiders win.
Yeah, I got the Raiders. Wait, did the Colts have Andrew Luck back?
They should.
Yeah, I have the Raiders winning that. But I feel like that will be like the closest game to a lot, like the closest game that they lost to.
Yeah. All right, next is the Raiders at 49ers. I think the 49ers are winning this for sure. Jimmy Garoppolo, we all know the story. And
Richard Sherman.
yeah, Richard Sherman, I didn't even think about that. And they're going to be, 49ers have home field advantage. So, yeah, I'm definitely giving it to the 49ers for this one.
Yeah, I feel like since the 49ers were so good last season near the end, I feel like they're going to keep the streak going at the beginning of this season. And I feel like they're going to go back to how their legacy in San Francisco usually was.
Yeah.
They're going to be like a good team, a good franchise again.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see with the 49ers. By the way, Marcus is playing Fortnite as we're recording this video. You can't stop that Fortnite grind. But the next one is Chargers at Raiders. I guess I'll say that the Raiders win this one. Home field advantage again. But yeah, I think the Chargers might be the best in the division this year. I don't know about that, but yeah, I think I'm going to give it to the Raiders, but I'm going to say it's a really close game, maybe an overtime game, something like that.
Yeah, I have the Chargers winning this one against the Raiders.
Yeah, I think it is a close game, so it could go either way. Again, this is way, way before the season, so we're just giving our best guesses here. And then the next is Raiders at Cardinals. I'm going to say that the Raiders win this. Cardinals not really making any huge moves. Just I feel like the Cardinals are not going to be that great of a team once again.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Cardinals are going to just win. Because
Alright.
I feel like you can't rely on the Raiders.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. I think I might pick the Cardinals because I don't know. I feel like that's a game that the Raiders would just lose. I think the Broncos might play. I think the Broncos, yeah, they do play the Cardinals, and I think I predicted the Broncos to lose to the Cardinals in my video. If you want to see that video, that'll be the first link in the description. But the next one is Raiders at Ravens. I feel like this is kind of like the last game. It's like one that you would. They're like not that great of a team, but it's one that I feel like the Raiders would just lose. I did say that the Raiders would win the last game, but I'm going to say that the Raiders actually lose to the Ravens in this one.
Yeah, since I feel like that game, Brandon Marshall is going to have a good game against the Raiders, versing the Raiders again.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Ravens are going to win, but barely.
Okay. Yeah, alright. Next one is Chiefs at Raiders, and I'm picking the Raiders. I've talked to quite a bit of you in the comments, and I think I forgot what your name was, but you were saying that you think the Chiefs are going to be better this next year, and I don't think so at all. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is nearly as good as Chiefs fans are making him out to be. I don't know. I think there's a lot of hype around him, but like you saw him play in the last game of the season, Broncos versus Chiefs. And he did not play that well. We almost won that game. We almost came back in that game, which we sucked obviously last year. So yeah, I feel like the Chiefs are going to be worse, losing a lot of big players. They're not nearly the same team as they were last year, and it's for the worse. I really don't think the Chiefs are going to be definitely are not going to be better than last year. I think the whole Alex Smith trade and everything. There's he just died in Fortnite, but there's a lot of hype around it. But yeah, I think the Chiefs have faith in Patrick Mahomes, but not for a good reason. I don't know. That's just my take on it. But I'm going to say that the Raiders do beat the Chiefs in Oakland.
Yeah, I got the Raiders beating the Chiefs. The Chiefs suck this year.
Yeah. All right. So the next one is Steelers at Raiders. And I'm going to say the Steelers win this one. I don't think the Raiders are going to be good enough to beat the Steelers, but that's just my take. How about you?
Yeah, but watching the Raiders a lot, I know how they play, and the games you think they're going to win, they just get a blowout and lose. And the ones you think they're going to lose, they just somehow win out of nowhere. So I feel like that's one of those games. I feel like they'll just beat the Steelers a blowout to the Steelers.
I know what you mean. I think the Broncos are actually pretty similar in that aspect. Like the easy games, they expect them to win, they lose, and then the crazy games like last year, we beat the Cowboys and then lost to horrible teams like the Giants. I think that's true for the Broncos as well. Next one is Raiders at Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to win this. I just don't feel like the Raiders would beat the Bengals.
I feel like the Raiders got this game.
Okay. All right, next one is Broncos at Raiders, and I'm going to say that the Raiders win this. We almost never win in Oakland. Broncos always lose against the Raiders when the Raiders are at home, so I don't see the Broncos beating the Raiders at their home this year either.
I can see the Broncos beating both games in the season.
I mean, I'd be happy with it, but I don't feel like that would happen. And then next is Raiders at Chiefs. I feel like this could be a very close game. This one I feel like is hard for me. But I think the Raiders are still going to win this, even with the Chiefs having home field advantage. I really think the Chiefs are going to suck this year. So
Chiefs going 0-16.
All right, so he's saying that the Raiders win that one. But that's going to be the end of this one. I'll be coming out with, I think I'll be predicting the Chargers schedule next week, and the week after that, I think I'm going to be predicting the Buccaneers schedule actually, because I'm recording that with my friend, because he's a Buccaneers fan. So that'll be in 2 weeks. So hope you guys are excited for that. Continue your Fortnite grinds, because apparently the whole world is doing this. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Denver Broncos, they the truth. Quick to hit you with the mile high salute. Got the doubters and the haters on mute. From head to foot, draped out in orange and blue.